Hey, what's up guys? UrAvgWarGamer is back with a video in which I want to showcase you these new ships by wargaming standards. That's right, these new ships that you might be looking at right now, which is a tier 9 cruiser Cambridge from the American side, and there are a couple of other ships like Nanning, the Irresistible at tier 10, the Nanning is at tier 9, that's a Pan-Asian destroyer apparently, and we have the Commonwealth battleship Irresistible at tier 10, which is a Commonwealth battleship, which is definitely new to the game. And also they have come up with the William de Arreste, that is a tier 10 Dutch battleship. And you might be thinking, wow, these are pretty much newer models maybe, or some of the concepts that we might see in the game in the form of these ships entirely new. Well, the answer is not. In fact, for almost more than an year, wargaming is just simply copy pasting the older ship models into the newer ships as we are seeing right now. Well, some of the information you can always find in the Reddit post, because a lot of players do speculate that what these ships are based from. So we can see here we have the Cambridge, which is a copy paste Tulsa, which is a tier 9, I would say, heavy cruiser like Des Moines, with twin turrets from Congress. So they have given Congress guns, which I would say Alaska guns, I would say. Like these are 305mm guns. And it has 6 guns, right? On top of the Tulsa hull. Okay? And then we have the Nanning, like which they unfortunately didn't even able to make the visuals for us so that we can see. Like they just don't have, I would say, enough modeling department or something. They're just having a lot of difficulty creating newer ships or so for the last more than a year, and this is getting a lot much more over my nerves, to be honest. Like this is crazy how many ships that we are getting right now are simply just complete copy paste. There's just no other way of saying it. So the Nanning, which you can see here right now after the Cambridge numbers that they have explained, well, we have the Pan-Asian destroyer Nanning. They don't have given us any sort of visuals whatsoever. It's still under development. And then we have Commonwealth battleship, which they have, which basically is a Marlborough with 16 British 204mm guns. So yeah, these are 204mm guns. These are cruiser caliber guns that you find sort of on the Goliath at tier 10 British heavy cruiser. So they kind of have given those guns in terms of performance onto a battleship hull, which kind of makes it very much closer in concept to that of Illinois, which is a tier 9 premium research bureau battleship. Okay, so yeah. And then we have copy paste Duncan, which is a tier 10 Dutch battleship William de Arreste. That might look very exciting, but for me, the reason that I'm not really excited that these are still copy paste ships. We have copy paste Duncan, like, and then they have for just making the ship interesting, giving that ship enough gimmicks to make it interesting in the first place, which is kind of sucks. And now you can see here, copy, pasta continues, and half of them aren't even finished yet. And that's what I was saying. Their modeling hasn't even finished yet. They are not able to show us the visuals for that, which is kind of crazy. So, yeah. Again, this is also my opinion, the way that guy is saying that. Jokes aside, the company split, which happened in 2022 April, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, it happened like a couple of years ago. Almost more than a couple of years ago. The split clearly took out so much capability for them to model new ships. And then they have talked about the other game development team. I think the Gaijin, it's from the War Thunder or something. But yeah, again, there are a couple of things that I would like to showcase you in this Reddit post, because they are really interesting point of view and valuable information that you should know, that why it is the case that we are seeing these sort of copy-paste ships right now. Okay, so there is the comment, which I would say pretty much also kind of resembles to my feeling that what a time to be alive. It's been years. They should have found replacements for the devs they lost due to the split. These ships required no effort, and that's my concern as well. Why for like the last 2 years or so, Wargaming didn't able to hire developers, the modeling department, enough so that they can make their own unique models, and then they just don't get tagged as if they are just copy pasting newer ships right now. I don't understand this. You guys definitely need to know if you don't know. Well, by the way, there is also another comment. I wonder if they dragged their feet hiring devs because they expected to be able to reconnect with Lesta once the wars is over. Now, I haven't talked about Lesta much in my YouTube channel, but honestly, I might start doing it because, well, Lesta does have a very strong development team. They have proper art department, proper modeling department, proper mechanics department, whatever you say. They just have every bit of that resource that can improve the quality of the game significantly more than what currently Wargaming is doing with their own game. Like Lesta does have the copy of the Mir Korabli, you can say World of Ships, and they're just doing a fantastic job. In fact, some of the YouTubers did shown us quite a lot of those ships that they have added into the game, whereas Wargaming just simply copy pasting. Why? Because they don't have enough modeling or art sort of department. Maybe the art department might be replenished over now, but yeah, I think this is the most important point. They thought that they might be able to reconnect with Lesta. That is a theory he has kinda posted to all of us to kinda know or understand, and I kinda believe that. Like, yeah, the war, obviously the Ukraine-Russian war lasted for quite too long. And maybe Wargaming was thinking that once it gets over, we can come back to Lesta, get their developers back, and we might have a chance to just get all the models and ships and all the information that we needed to just keep our game milked for the players to come, I think. So, yeah. But anyways, there are also a couple of things that this guy has said and got a lot of upvotes, which also for me very informative and valuable. Here's something that people who don't look at Wargaming corporate page should know. The position on the WoW's team have been open for years now. The game hasn't had an art director since the split. That is a big red flag. The split happened almost more than 2 years ago, and we still has not the art director for this game that we are playing right now. It's kind of crazy. There's a reason for that. The positions require relocating to Serbia, a corrupt country in the middle of civil unrest. Now, these are the opinions, or maybe some information that might be true, might not be true. That is up to you guys to decide, okay? I'm not going to be, saying much about these points that the way he said, okay? At least the diner is stable for now. A lot of higher positions require Russian because the company is still Russian at heart. The employment terms aren't great as Wargaming just goes with the minimum required in Serbia. What do you think about these comments? You are the one who can judge and kind of understand where the things are growing from the last 2 years up to where we are standing right now. Again, it's on them. Call me an entitled. Yes, because I certainly am, but it's their fault. I know shit about their company, but they should have the means, the money, the power to get through this shit. They've been milking us quite a lot. So what is preventing them from making some bothersome changes? There must be some huge issues at the top of their company. Don't tell me there are no passionate employees who want the same things as we want anymore. Again, you guys are the judge to decide. I can just say that some sort of points that they have come up with, these Redditors, are kinda, I would agree with them. But not everything might be possible for me to be agreed upon, but still, it is very much entirely that possibly the way that Wargaming is going right now in the future. You are not entitled, and it's their fault. The post just clarifies the issue, and it's all on purpose what they're doing. They're trying to be accommodating to transfers from Lesta while giving the remainder of the world the finger. The transfers didn't happen. Knowing people from the Sandpeats, they would find Belgrade rustic. Now Wargaming is left holding the bag. Okay, another comment. Why would they throw about fixing the issues when the whales still dump shit ton of the money in the game? And I I would say 100% agree with that. Like, why they have to fix the issues with when you guys or when we are spending so much money into the game? I think this is the biggest reason why wargaming is just don't care about their game. And meanwhile, Leicester is just so even though their player base is not that big. In fact, it's very small compared to what Wargaming holding the player base right now. But they are still developing the game as if they just are so enthusiastic and ambitious about that game's future. But Wargaming is not, because they are just simply getting easy money from us. It's been said 1,000 times that nothing will change their behavior until if it affects the bottom line. And bottom line is that they are not earning money. The gameplay experience is getting worse. We have tons of bugs. We have copy-paste ships. We just getting pretty stale, I would say, gambling events, which are getting worse day by day. But people still keep pumping so much money into the game, so why would they worry about trying to make things better? 100% agree with this point. I don't think so there's any other way of saying this except the way he said. I think this is pretty much on point. Again, couple of things. Serb here, everything you wrote is accurate. I wrote a couple of days ago that I get notifications on LinkedIn with their job offers in their Belgrade offices. They almost exclusively want Russian-speaking people, which ironically, at least to me, disqualifies most of the people in Serbia. Okay. They even offer relocation support, but it seems like it is not going as expected. Not entirely 100% sure about last one, but if they are going with the minimum requirement or required, it probably wouldn't be enough to cover rent in Belgrade. Again, ironically, Russians are being blamed for the rent rise. Okay, that's pretty much the point. So yeah, that explains quite a bit. And I think now I can understand that they are not trying to fix the fundamental issues rising from those positions left being unfilled. And that's the biggest problem. They are not understanding that the game is getting stale. The game does not have that flavor, and especially if we compare it with the flavor that Leicester is coming up with their own game. Okay, I legit believe that they don't even have a real big proper development team, but just a content skeleton crew that pumping out easily made stuff like this. That would explain so much. And yeah, that's basically all the points that you can think of, that why things are getting worse and why we are getting copy-paste ships in return. And also a couple of bugs every single patch in one way or the other. When all the devs stay at Leicester. Too many ships already, stop adding ships. Okay, now this is the guy who's kind of ranting about the ships, and he is actually right. Add new maps, balance ships, balance game modes, add new game modes. Pretty much on point. Why they are not doing it? Because they don't earn you money. That's how the reality is. That's how it really looks like for these for wargaming. That's how it is. So what they're thinking, Wargaming's idea of longevity is to add more content, not to make the existing content more palatable. If they change numbers on a ship that's already in the game, they cannot sell it for 350 euros. Absolutely agree with that. Only new ships directly result in profits. That's why we are not seeing maps, because that just does not convert very fast money into their bank accounts. Balance ships, balance game modes, no, nothing. So that is pretty much the case. I mean, Wargaming, okay, and you can also clearly see why they haven't done new ships in the devlog. Wargaming wasted the modeler's time on Gambia, which is just a slightly altered Fiji, but okay. So he's talking about the Gambia, which you can see here in this devlog. This is the Gambia. They have come up with this sort of, I would say, visual, whatever it is. Yeah. Which is just a slightly altered Fiji. So that is a slightly altered Fiji that I've showed you right now. But in their infinite wisdom, Wargaming decided not to use the Fiji model. They also decided not to use the Mysore model or the Bolognese model, which are all crown colony classes just like Gambia. Again, that's his comment. But I just want to showcase you, a lot of people have some not so good thoughts for Wargaming. At the moment, Wargaming has to address these points that people have come up with. They have to do it, otherwise it's going to be pretty late. In fact, it's already too late. People just realize it, that where the game is going. It's actually a red alarm. And it should be a red alarm for wargaming itself, that people actually realizing it, that the game is not going the way people want. And people just realize it, that the intentions of wargaming are kind of hideous, and they are coming with the insane monetization practices. They are just thinking about money and profits and business only, not giving valuable related stuff that is pretty much important to the real development of the game itself. We are not seeing this. Again, that's another theory. Is it possible that whatever split agreement Leicester and Wargaming signed contained a clause or something which said that Wargaming cannot further develop the game and only use the already available existing asset? No, I don't think so. I don't think so that's going to be the case, because they have come up with some, I would say, relatively interesting PvE stuff right now, like creating new maps with evolving visuals, D-Day, and dynamic layout and spawn points. Star Trek map is actually one of those biggest stuff that we have seen from Wargaming side right now. So yeah, but and Leicester focuses more on PvP stuff. So yeah, that's basically the thing. Now, the reason why I have basically showcased you the comments, so you can kind of understand that what are possibly the reasons behind this, why we are getting these copy paste ships. You can always go and check the devlog. I mean, if I give you a TLDR, we have 4 ships out there. We have the tier 10 Dutch battleship, we have the, again, Irresistible, and then we have like the Nanning and the Cambridge. We have 4 ships that they have added, but these are all copy paste ships. That's a reality. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about the Reddit post? What do you think about the devlog? I will put the link in the description below. This time, very importantly, because you will be able to just kind of understand everything from this post as well as from the development blog. So thank you guys for watching. I just want to give you the information that is important, valuable, and reasonable. Till then, I will catch you guys into the next video. Peace out.